Welcome back to Lab 6. And in this lab, we are going to discuss about how we can access our AWS EC2 instances by using a password instead of using a public key. So far, whatever the demos we have covered, and we accessed EC2 instance by using the public keys only. So in this example, I'm going to cover how we can access EC2 instance using the password. So this, whatever the public key, this public key, if you share it with the team, and that is shareable across all the people. So instead of doing that, we can create a different users inside EC2 instance, and we can create a password for the individual users, and we can pass the credential to them so that they can use their own credentials for accessing the EC2 instance. Let's go back to the demo and see that how we can access EC2 instance using the password instead of using SSH public keys. So for doing that, I'm creating an instance here. Let's create a EC2 instance here. And so I'm choosing the Ubuntu server 18.04 and T2 micro instance type. And this configuration, I'm leaving it as it is, and the storage section, I'm leaving it as it is, and the groups. So, and the tags purpose, so I'm adding some sample tags here. The type is, I'm saying, EC2 access using a password. Configure security group, and I'm using it as existing security group, which was used in the initial VM creation, and launch the instance. And I'm using it as a default key pair here. So this key pair, I can use it for the first time for accessing the instance. Then after that, I can do some settings inside the instance so that next time onwards, so it will access, we can access the instance by using the password instead of public key. Let's go to the instance. So its status is in a pending state. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Yeah, now instance is up and running. I can connect it to this instance. Copy this connection string, SSH command, and go to connect this. Now I'm able to connect it to the system. So what I can do, I need to do the two changes here. The first thing is that I have to modify SSHD config parameters. So in order to access my EC2 instance by using a password instead of using a public key. Then after that, I can create a dummy user here. So for that, by using that username, so I can access the EC2 instance. So for doing that, first of all, I'm adding a user here. So add user. The user, I'm creating it as a Prabhakar. Okay, and entering some sample password here. Okay, so now these are the parameters are optional, so I can ignore these parameters as of now. And so now save the information. So now, so I created a user called Prabhakar, and this part is done. The next part is that I have to do settings. I have to modify the configuration for accessing this EC2 instance using a password. So for doing that, I need to edit SSH file, SSHD config file. Okay, so this is located under etc and SSH, and you can go under this file, and here you can find the config parameter called password authentication. So if you see that the password authentication is no, this will indicate that, okay, you can access this machine only using a public key, and the password authentication is restricted. So I'm editing this section, and I'm marking it as a S. Okay. And after changing this, save the changes, and you need to restart the services, SSHD services. So after restarting the services, this part is done. Now exit the get out of from the Ubuntu machine. So after coming back to your local instance, so earlier I have used the command which I have used for connecting to my machine. And here Ubuntu is my username, and followed by the public domain. So what I'm doing here, so I'm removing the public key part, and instead of using Ubuntu, so I can paste my name, username, which I have created for accessing this instance. So now say enter. So it will prompt you for entering the password. This password I can use the password which I have created earlier. Enter the password. So if it's yes, this is individual Ubuntu, absolutely no one takes it. Let me check it one more time. Yes, see, so now I have successfully accessed the mission, so which was created by me, and with the username which I have created, and along with, so I used the password instead of using the public key here. So similarly, we can add a multiple usernames inside within your project, and then every person can access their own by using their own credentials, so that for the better security it is actually the recommended. Otherwise, so if you share the public key, so anyone can access and anyone can log into your system by using the public key. And if someone did any mistake or someone did any configuration or deployment, and it is very difficult to monitor that who actually did these kind of changes. So it is always better to keep separate credentials for the individual users within your project team, and so that they can use their own set of password and credentials for accessing EC2 instance to perform any of the operations. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the video, and you get to know that okay, how we can access AWS EC2 instance by using a password instead of using a public key. Thank you so much.